Yo, 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 what's up, you guys? So here's a question. Is it really possible to visualize your dreams into reality, or is it just a bunch of nonsense? So today I want to talk about one of the most powerful methods you can use to manifest your desires, which is the visualization technique. Thing is, though, I've heard people say it doesn't work, or they downplay it, you know what I'm saying? But in my opinion, it's because they misunderstand it. And so I want to help clear things up so you can use it to your advantage. Cool? All right, so in his book, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, Joseph Murphy talks about how the easiest and most obvious way to formulate an idea is to visualize it, to see it in your mind's eye. But not just to see it, but to see it as vividly as if it were alive. Now, why would you do that? You ever have an image or a vision of something, like a dream or a goal that you have, and then hear people say things like, dude, it's just in your head or it's just your imagination, as if what you're seeing in your mind isn't real? Basically implying that the only things that are real are what you can see, touch, taste, smell, or hear, which is a very limited view of reality, for real. Because check this out. Murphy says that whatever you visualize in your mind's eye, listen, already exists in invisible realms of your mind. Folks, it's as real as any part of your body. And if you can believe that, I'm telling you, it changes everything. It changes everything. Look, any picture you have in your mind is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. In other words, your ideas and thoughts are so real. Murphy says that if you're faithful to your mental image, then one day it'll appear in your objective world. He explains it like this. Think of a builder who visualizes the type of building he wants, right? He sees it completed in his mind. He sees the end. Then what? Murphy says that the imagery and thought processes become like a plastic mold from which the building will emerge, whether it'll be a beautiful one or an ugly one, a skyscraper, etc. Next, his mental imagery gets projected as it's drawn on paper, and then what finally happens? The contractor and workers gather the essential materials and get started on it until the building's done, right? Conforming perfectly to the mental patterns of the architect. Is this making sense? Now, as for Murphy, he actually used this visualization technique right before his speaking gigs, where he'd quiet his mind first so he could present his images of thought to his subconscious. And then he'd picture the entire auditorium filled with people being happy and free, saturated with love and wholeness, and inspired by the infinite presence within him, to the point where he actually hears them saying things like, I'm healed, or I feel wonderful, or I'm transformed, things of that nature. And he'd keep that up mentally for about 10 minutes or more. And then he'd release the whole picture and go onto the platform. And did it work? Yeah. He said that almost every Sunday, people would tell him that their prayers were answered. Dope stuff. And I could totally relate because for years, even to this day, I'd practiced this visualization technique right before my speaking gigs as well. For instance, with the conference I did in the States end of last year, right before this whole lockdown thing started, is that aside from the whole prepping of my messages, every day I'd visualize the event. I'd literally see myself there, like in it, as if it were the present moment, on stage and seeing the reactions of people listening to my message, where I'm seeing them smiling or having tears coming down their face because they're so touched, hearing them telling me that their pains are gone and are able to walk normally again, feeling the hugs of people coming up to me afterwards and thanking me. And you know what? All those things happen. No joke. In fact, on the last day of the conference, I remember I was so overwhelmed by what was happening that I couldn't hold back the tears because I was just so grateful, you guys, for all the lives that were impacted. Seriously, because what I visualized became a reality. Real talk. Now, understand you can use this technique for anything. Okay, it doesn't just have to be for speaking gigs. So here's my question to you. What is it that you want today? Really, what's your desire? Is it a happy marriage, a healthy body, a successful career, whatever it is? Remember, if you can imagine it, it already exists. It already exists. So here's what I want you to do today for about 10 minutes. It's not a long time. I want you to quiet your mind and to visualize your desire, the end result. And here's the secret. Ready? Visualize until you feel its reality. You gotta feel it as though it's happening, not in the future, not even soon, but right now. Right now. Get lost in the experience. Whether it's seeing you and your spouse in love, saying sweet things to each other, feeling his or her embrace with a sense of security, or you being able to do some sort of physical activity again because you're healed, like walking or even running, or hearing the doctor telling you that a miracle has happened. It could be anything. You decide what's the easiest scenario for you to visualize. And do this every day from now on, as often as possible. And here's what's going to happen. Murphy says that this process of thinking will form impressions in your mind. and that these impressions, in turn, will become manifested as facts and experiences in your life because you get what you believe. Yeah. Alrighty, guys, hit that like and subscribe button and the bell right next to it to be notified of my next video. I pump these out every single week, so you don't want to miss them. If you're listening via podcast, I'd really appreciate a review. It gets more people to discover my work and, of course, help spread this message. And yo, don't forget to register for my free online training that'll seriously help you start manifesting the life you really want right now. So check it out. The link's in the description. Like I always say, more's coming. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.